I'm Adriana Lopez. What does it take to be successful? Is it skill, determination, grit, knowledge? Sure, those are all key elements, but to truly make it long-term, you have to have more, much more. You need to have the millionaire mindset. Motivational speaker Johnny Wimbrey joins us to talk about building a millionaire mindset. It is so nice to meet you. Welcome to Texas today.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's an honor.
Oh my goodness, we want to know everything about your story. Tell us about it.
I was born and raised in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Fort Worth specifically, South Side, Eastwood area. My earliest memory of life living in a battered women's shelter, was shipped to San Jose, California with my mom and my two older brothers, and was really exposed to a very rough lifestyle at a very early age, and sadly I participated in a lot of the things that I was introduced to in my surroundings. By the time I was 14, 15 years old, I was selling drugs on the streets and had people selling drugs for me by the time I was 17. I asked the minister, the preacher, shout out to Reverend Fitzgerald, I said, can you meet me outside? And I gave him my gun and I walked away from that lifestyle. So that was 1993. I was a junior in high school and I was just really determined to change my life. And that's why mindset's very key to me. Bring that mindset that I had doing the wrong thing, but using the energies to do the right thing.
I'm speechless. Oh my goodness, you went through so much.
Thanks.
How did you do it? How did you turn it around?
It was determination. It was determination and really understanding, once I subscribed to the mindset that there's literally no one on this planet that was designed to accomplish something that I couldn't accomplish. You may be going down a different lane, but it's really the mindset of tapping into, where I come from doesn't have to dictate where I'm going. My past doesn't have to, determine my future. But I just decided not to participate in what the numbers said that I was supposed to become.
So at what point did you decide to share your knowledge with the world?
When I started the process of, what I would call success, and success to me is more of a mindset. I think the material things come with it. That's the manifestation of the mindset. It's the trophies, if you will. But when I decided to turn my life around, I just decided to bring all of my mindset, which I was a risk taker. So I just brought that here and I said, you know what? I'm gonna teach people how I've done this. And that this mindset has taken me, you're talking about a young kid from Fort Worth, from the South Side in Eastwood. And here I am speaking on stage in Nazareth. It has literally taken to me over 50 countries around the world. And what it taught me to understand is people want to hear from real people who've really been through some things, that really have a heart and a passion to help people make it to the other side. So success is, to me, from the inside out.
And you're sharing your knowledge not only, through speaking, but also through your book. Can you talk to us about your book?
So my book, Building a Millionaire Mindset, 5-time #1 bestseller. This book was written more so as a blueprint for my children if anything ever happened to me.
Wow.
It's really about that second generation. If I'm the first generation to reach millionaire status as a Wimbrey, like there's no Wimbreys before me that has obtained what I've obtained or established what I've been able to establish, but how do I not just gain it, maintain it, and sustain it, passing it to the next generation. So when you jump into the book, some of the biggest compliments that I get has nothing to do with making $1 million, but it has everything to do with the mindset. If I was talking to an Olympian, I'm not an athlete, but I can read the mindset of the Olympian and get the Olympian mindset and apply it to any area of my life. So that's kind of how you want to look at the book.
And you break it into 5 parts. Let's talk about a few of them.
Yeah.
So you have part 1, preparation versus improvisation.
Preparation versus improvisation, like prepare. It's better to be prepared and never called than it is to be called and not prepared. When you improvise in life, if you don't know where you're going, guess where you're going to end up? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
You don't know where you're going. Like if you don't know where you're going, if you haven't written the vision and made it plain, how do you know? If you're aiming at nothing, you're going to get nothing.
Taking notes right here. What about this one? Vision versus illusion.
Vision versus illusion, where, the vision is extremely important. You gotta write the vision, you gotta make it plain. And that is something that I really stand on. Again, if you can't see where you're going, you're probably gonna end up nowhere.
Part 3, friends versus foes.
Oh, this is a very, very key point. This is kind of where you separate yourself and you see yourself from a different view, because it is extremely important to understand that every decision you make creates an opportunity to cut off anything in your life that's not supposed to be where you're going. A friend is a person, place, or thing that's pushing you towards your goal. Well, guess what a foe is? A foe is a person, place, or thing that's pulling you away from your vision. So whatever your vision is, whatever your goals are, once you know where you're going, you know the streets not to go down. And the enemy is inside us. It's enemy. Like nobody can stop Johnny like Johnny. Nobody can start Johnny like Johnny.
All right, now, last but not least, can you talk to us a little bit about the mentoring program that you have for people?
Yes, right now, I'm really excited. I've been extremely instrumental in individuals' lives around the world, and I'm kind of having a little bit of a guilt factor because I haven't done it that much in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So this is me coming home. This is me saying, you know what, the same streets that I help, disrupt, I'm about to put it back together. I am here to talk about building a millionaire mindset, but looking for individuals that I can coach. And those individuals, those are the ones I want to go to coachjohnny.com, coachjohnny.com, fill out the application. I will call you personally and set up an interview. So I'm here to not just to give back, I'm here to correct a lot of the things that I made wrong in the streets.
Well, thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. I wish we had more time. There's so much to talk to you about. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's an incredible honor and pleasure. Thank you so much.
To learn more about building a millionaire mindset or to book Johnny to speak at your next event, visit johnnywimbrey.com. And to be invited to one of Johnny's mindset classes, go online to coachjohnny.com.